only so much he can do. Sure, the president can bring an amulet with the Eye of Horus to the top of the tallest peak, or spread lamb's blood on the base of an elm tree during a lunar eclipse. In reality, it's hard for anyone to know with true certainty how the tides will play out under any administration. For The Onion, I'm Eliza Hayes.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
It's Free Talk Live. You dial in toll-free here to bring up whatever's on your mind. Our number is 855-450-FREE. Like freedom. We're here live on this Thanksgiving Day edition of Free Talk Live. Ian and Mark in the studio tonight with a special guest co-host, Alexander Ugorji. Welcome. Oh, and I keep screwing up and leaving his mic turned off.
Yeah,
say that again.
Thanks for having me.
There you are.
It's the Thanksgiving show. Whatever.
So, for those of you just tuning in, we have been talking mostly about the Mariana Islands, which is actually part of the United States, but not quite in the same way as the rest. Certainly not in the same way as the states, because the IRS is not a thing in the Mariana Islands, as we were just discussing. And it's not even as restricted as some of the other, Puerto Rico and some of these other places. It seems to have the most freedom of all of the U.S. Is it considered a territory?
Yeah, it's a U.S. territory.
And so the post office is there.
Yeah, post office.
What are some things that people will see that's, in life in the Mariana Islands? What's similar to life in the United States there?
Well, many of the franchises we've come to know and love are there. You have your McDonald's, your IHOPs, your Ace Hardware Store, your Avis rental car, and dozens of other franchises. So you'll be familiar with the language, the franchises, the currency.
People speak fried English. Chicken?
Yep, of course.
Good. People speak English there. You mentioned there's a lot of folks that are living there on a certain type of visa that is unrestricted, meaning that people from other parts of the world, a lot of folks from China, the Philippines, come there to work. Do they tend to speak English pretty well?
Yeah, the Philippines, they speak English very well. That's why they're so desirable for workers. And probably if you called any tech support lately, you've probably talked to someone from the Philippines. That's one of their biggest exports.
So the idea is to bring cryptocurrency people to the Mariana Islands. The website that you just put online last week is cryptofrontier.org. The weed is legal. The weather is great. I don't think we've touched on the weather yet. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure.
That's the big objection. When you talk to people about, hey, why don't you move to New Hampshire? There's more economic freedom. There's more there's more freedom here.
There's some differences. I do want to talk about the weather, but there's some differences between this project and the Free State Project, in so much as the Free State Project is a project to move people for more liberty.
It's a political migration, the Free State Project.
More of a political migration. This is not a political migration, but I still have all the questions a libertarian would have if being asked to move to someplace. And I'm putting myself in these shoes and asking these questions. So, please, what kind of weather are we talking about?
Yeah, sure. For those of you watching on video, you may see that I'm wearing a hat. It's freezing up here in New Hampshire, but the Mariana Islands, you don't have to worry about that. It won a Guinness Book of World Records most consistent weather in the world.
Wow.
And that's because it has a low of 76 and a high of 83 pretty much year-round.
So at nighttime, it's going to be shorts weather all year round, basically.
Yeah, you'll never need pants if you live in the Northern Mariana Islands.
What about, there's a bunch of islands there that are unpopulated. Would somebody be able to go there and start a community on an unpopulated island? I know nothing of this.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. The Constitution is actually pretty fascinating. It says that if the population ever crosses 1,000 on the Northern Islands, they'll become a senatorial district with 3 new senators. So not only can you populate the island, if you get 1,000 people over there, you'll become a senatorial district, which is pretty cool.
If it's for lease, so the place would have to be, presumably somebody owns those islands, right?
Well, the way population works in the U.S., it's based on the U.S. Census, right? And they count illegal immigrants there as well. So even if you were just there illegally squatting, you could still achieve that goal. So it's a pretty fascinating idea. I'm not sure the specifics of how to move to those islands, where you would lease the land, if there's free land, all of that. I know there's a homesteading program created by the government because the U.S. military was saying, hey, if you're not going to use these islands, we'd love to set up some jungle training camps and artillery firing range. And the locals said, no way, and started their own homestead program. So it's pretty amazing that such a small...
So they pushed back against the U.S. military.
Yeah, there's an incredible story you can look up about Tinian. Look up how Tinian fought the U.S. military. I'm sure you can find it on Google. This small, low-income community of less than 3,000 people fought back against the U.S. Navy, who wanted to expand a base there and create an artillery range. And they challenged the legality of it, and they tried to get it in 2012, and to this day, they still have been unable to do it. So
wow.
There's certainly a libertarian spirit there on the island. They're very protective of their land and their autonomy, and they do not take kindly to federal government expansion.
What do they think? One of the problems here in New Hampshire is that there's this sort of, I wouldn't call it a colonialist problem, but there's an outsider issue. If you're here, if you declare yourself as a free stater, and many people will say, well, that means that you're here to fix our government, and you think our government's broken, and you're trying to, I don't know, they're just like, why are you outsiders here to mess with our government? How would that be there? Because it sounds like much of the population isn't even from the island.
Yeah, I don't think you would face that challenge. I mean, if you try to change their way of life, I think there'll be a resistance, of course.
Sure.
But what we're trying to do is bring over an economic cluster. And Mariana Islands is really trying to diversify their economy, attract more U.S. residents, U.S. employers, U.S. companies. So in that regard, I think they'd be super excited with something like cryptofrontier.org and any other economic development.
Well, I've always said if I could have come here in 2006 when I first moved here, back when there was a lot of civil disobedience and kind of outside the system, direct action activism going on here that, of course, polarizes people. And, some people really loved it and some people hated it, even within the libertarian movement. I said, if I could have come here and helped people get wealthy with cryptocurrency back then, I would have done that. But cryptocurrency didn't exist when we moved here. It wasn't until 2009, and we moved in 2006. So I'm doing that now. I'm doing a lot of the things you've talked about doing in the Mariana Islands. We're running a local ad campaign on local broadcast radio here in the area to introduce people to cryptocurrency. We're doing giveaways every single month. We're doing a $500 crypto giveaway to those very same radio listeners. So if they create a wallet, I'll give them cryptocurrency just for creating the wallet, and then they're entered into a monthly giveaway where they could win, $500 worth of crypto. And that's been going on now for several months since the summertime. And actually for the last 2 years, we've been doing various different types of crypto giveaways. And of course, we've got all these businesses accepting cryptocurrency here in the area, which you've been to a couple of them in the short time that you've been here, Alexander. So, I mean, this is all doable, and we've managed to pull this off with, I would say, no more than a dozen crypto activists in this area. If you could really create a place which was truly trying to attract crypto people from day one, I think you could have something.
Yeah, and not to mention the people of the Mariana Islands are used to adding new payment processors.
Are they?
They accept WeChat Pay, Alipay.
Right, it's kind of like an international hub, so you've got all these folks from China that want to pay with their Chinese payment methods.
Exactly, so they're used to mobile payments and stuff already. So it would be much easier to implement it there than somewhere else. If you can show them the economic reason to do it, they're definitely open-minded to pretty much anything.
Well, because that's one of the problems that cryptocurrency solves for people is if you can get a cryptocurrency to take hold somewhere, no longer is it really as much of a problem to change between one crypto and not one crypto, but from fiat to fiat. It's a challenge. Whereas if everybody from China brings in Bitcoin and people from the U.S. bring in Bitcoin, everybody can just spend Bitcoin.
Well, that's a good thing, but what probably in the interim, people are going to need to do some kind of banking, some kind of transfer of some level of crypto.
There aren't many banks on the island, I'll tell you that.
What's the banking laws? Any idea?
I've looked a little bit at the banking laws, what it would take to create a bank. It's about $500,000 and about 10 pages of forms. So that's some of the lowest I've seen anywhere in the country.
I don't think they even have a credit union on the island. I was looking at that.
No, they have a few banks. They have Bank
There's a
of
Hawaiian
Saipan,
bank and a
Bank of
Saipan
Guam,
bank. Yeah.
Hawaiian Bank. Your U.S. ATM cards and stuff will work. It takes dollars. You can use checks from your Bank of America or Wells Fargo or whatever.
But a lot of businesses also take the Chinese yuan. Well?
Yeah, they'll take the Alipay, WeChat Pay, which is usually denominated in RMB.
We'll continue here. If you got questions, jump on the line right now, 855-450-FREE, the Thanksgiving Day edition. We're here live on Free Talk Live.
Anarchapulco is the world's foremost conference for voluntarist thinkers and activists, held in beautiful Acapulco, Mexico. Share ideas on how to live free and escape the clutches of the state. Their unparalleled lineup of speakers will discuss entrepreneurship, investments, politics, philosophy, health, sustainability, lifestyles, and personal relationships. Stay in a world-class resort and enjoy the sun and beaches. February the 13th through the 16th. Visit anarchapulco.com for early bird pricing and 10% off with coupon code FTL.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
Back in January, February, I'd get home, make myself something to eat, blah, blah, blah. My girlfriend works nights. By 8:30, 8 o'clock, I'd be in bed. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if this is what the rest of life is like, I'm doomed. Today is day 14 of me taking Balance of Nature. My energy level's through the roof. It took me 5 years of hearing it on talk radio to actually try it. The difference is night and day.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 35% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code FTL.
I want to tell you about my favorite cryptocurrency wallet, Edge Wallet at edge.app. Edge is the wallet I use more than any other, and that was true long before Edge Wallet became a sponsor of Free Talk Live. Edge Wallet allows you to buy, sell, trade, and securely hold your cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and more. It's available for both Android and iOS, and you can download it via the Play or App Store or via Edge Wallet's website, edge.app. Secure your freedom with Edge Wallet.
A congressman recently revealed that legislation totaling 2,900 pages and involving more than $1 trillion was available to members of Congress for less than 48 hours to study and consider. That's over 60 pages of legislation per hour. Do you think anyone read the entire bill? I'm Jim Babka with DownsizeDC.org. Consider a proposal buried in a 3,200-page, $388 billion bill, which would have empowered committee chairmen or their agents to examine Americans' tax returns. When this horrible provision came to light, no one claimed to know how it got into the bill. One congressman questioned said, "I didn't write it, I didn't approve it, I wasn't even consulted." If your attorney represented you this way, he might be disbarred. But this is how Congress represents you every day. That's why DownsizeDC.org has created the Read the Bills Act. You can force Congress to read their bills before they pass them at DownsizeDC.org.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
It's Free Talk Live, and you can bring up whatever you want here, although we focused tonight on the Northern Mariana Islands, something I didn't know a whole lot about until the last few weeks. when I met with Alexander Ugorji, who is in the studio with us here tonight. He came up to be here and announce the Crypto Frontier on our Thanksgiving Day edition. So, I mean, most people aren't going to travel and come see a couple of strangers on Thanksgiving Day, but you did, Alexander, and thanks for joining us here tonight. Welcome to Free Talk Live.
My pleasure.
CryptoFrontier.org is your website. We actually have a call on the line for you. We're going to get right to that, but I also want to make sure you know about BetterPlans.net. If you're sick and tired of Washington politicians making decisions about you and your family's health care, well, you know Obamacare was supposed to be affordable health care with a choice. Ha! That's turned into high-priced insurance with little choice. The team at BetterPlans.net believed there was a better way to do health insurance, and they figured it out. You can call them at 800-714-1802 to get a fast and free quote. The truth is, you can get affordable health care plans that cost hundreds of dollars less per month. The first step, though, is to become aware of how the wool's being pulled over your eyes. You can download their free ebook, Dirty Little Secrets, at BetterPlans.net. See their sample pricing for plans that are every bit as good as the major providers for as little as $145 a month for a single, and even greater savings for families and businesses. Gain access to their educational videos and the free quote, plus your free ebook, Dirty Little Secrets, at BetterPlans.net. Obamacare enrollment deadline is December 15th, so your time's limited here. Don't delay. Just go to betterplans.net or call 800-714-1802. Let's go to the phones to your calls and thoughts. Steve is in Florida watching us on D Live. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, this is kind of got a couple questions for Alex.
Sure.
I think you said that the rent for housing was around $300.
Yeah, it depends where you rent, of course. If you want to have ocean views, it might be closer to $2,000, but there's housing as cheap as $200 in the Mariana Islands.
What is $200 going to get you?
$200 will get you a small concrete room with a bathroom and a bed.
Okay, so a single, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Do I, you apply McDonald's, minimum wage? What kind of jobs are there? Is there anything in the electric, like geothermal or renewable energies sector?
Yeah, there's a lot of federal tax credits for solar. So there's a company, Micronesia Solar, there. I know is working in the solar industry. There's been some research into geothermal, and it's very promising, but you'll need to have some capital to invest in that.
Geothermal will never work on a volcanic island.
Never.
Is there a volcano nearby? These aren't
all islands are volcanic.
Are they?
Yeah, there's a volcano nearby. The Northern Islands, they evacuated like 30 years ago because there was a potential volcanic eruption. So there's definitely geothermal potential.
4 years worth of energy.
Yeah.
Healthcare. How does healthcare work?
Good question.
Yeah, there's a hospital on the island of Saipan. The other two islands have urgent care clinics, and healthcare is more affordable than in the U.S. When I was there, I went with someone to the emergency room. They got stitched up, and it was about $300 all in, which is pretty cheap.
That is pretty cheap
what's
for stitches.
What's that going to run you in the U.S., stitches?
Like $5,000.
3,000, 5,000?
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
yeah, the copay for emergency room is going to be at least $500, and that's before they even do anything.
The problem is in the U.S. when you're talking pricing is that it gets very complicated. It depends on where you go. It depends on whether you're paying cash or you have insurance and, a whole bunch of things.
And it's also in the region of medical tourism. Asia has many, many top destinations. From South Korea, if you're looking at plastic surgery, you want that K-pop look going on, pretty cheap place to go. So it's
a short hop over to all kinds of really good medical care.
Yeah,
as well.
Whether Hong Kong,
not that I want to look
Japan.
like more than a 13-year-old Asian.
Hey, people love it.
But no, there's really good hospitals over in those places, right?
Yeah, and there's also Guam. They'll send the most urgent cases to Guam because there's a military base there. So
how
they
far
can
away
handle
is that?
45-minute flight.
Okay.
Steve? All right, how's the surf?
The surf?
You get waved.
I'm not a surfer myself, so I'm not sure. I know there's snorkeling, jet skis, and all the other water sports, but I can't speak to surfing.
They had a hurricane not too long ago, right? So I imagine the surf was really up then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of moving over?
And then I had one more question. Alex, have you ever read War is a Racket by Smedley Butler?
No, tell me about it.
Oh, it goes deep. I suggest you put it on your list to read and take the time.
It's short.
Yeah, it's short.
It's like a booklet, right?
It's written in a very colloquial sort of English style. Smedley Butler was arguably he was the most decorated Marine in U.S. history, and he revealed that basically the whole military is a fascist force for corporations in the United States. Obviously, there's some major wars that fly in the face of that, but still, nonetheless, he has a very unique look at things.
Well, if funding the wars is an issue for you, the Mariana Islands is a great place. All the taxes are kept local in the island. They don't go to the treasury. And there's no SWAT team or National Guard on the island either. So your money is really just going to community purposes.
Is there a state police, or is it just like the city cops?
Yeah, there's just the city cops.
Okay, so no state police, nothing like that. No county. There's no counties, right?
Yeah, there's senatorial districts, and that's the island. Each island is a senatorial district.
And what about representatives within the legislature? So you mentioned there's 9 senators. What about the representatives?
I believe there's 18.
Okay.
And most of them are in Saipan. About 92% of the population is in the main island
So
of
the
Saipan.
representatives are based on population, but the senators are 3 per island?
Yes. Very similar to the U.S. system at the federal level. They wanted each island to be represented.
Is there a lieutenant governor or just the governor?
There's a lieutenant governor, and he takes charge if the governor is off the island.
Are they elected together or separate?
They're elected together.
Okay. Interesting. Steve, any other questions for Alexander while you're on the line?
No, thanhanks very much.
Well,
I'm
if you
going to
have any
Google it
other
and do
questions,
a lot more research on this.
Yeah, if you have any questions, post on our subreddit r/CryptoFrontier.
Very cool. Thank you for the call, Steve.
And how do you spell Mariana?
Mariana.
There you go.
Just one N.
Yeah, one N.
Right.
One R.
Thanks, Steve, for the call tonight. Appreciate hearing from you. And so, yeah, you've just launched this website, cryptofrontier.org. I know you'd mentioned maybe doing a Telegram chat group at some point to kind of bring people together. And that's one of the most important parts about any of these migratory movements, of course, most of which have failed completely. But like with the Free State Project, early on, they had a forum. This was back when these other things didn't exist. And the forum was really important to, help people kind of get to know one another before they actually met. And then, of course, they launched the Porcupine Freedom Festival that became one of the most well-attended libertarian festivals on the planet. And so if you haven't thought about it, you probably should consider, once you get in there and get settled, go and figure out where you could hold some sort of a gathering, like a yearly at a hotel convention or camp thing or whatever, like maybe something to consider.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give people an excuse to come out there and check it out. 855
good idea.
450 free. That's 855 450 3733. It'll be small the first year, but things can grow larger than you expect, faster than you expect. More coming up. Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help. Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite. Pick up 2 bottles of Lico Chops, get the 3rd bottle free. New improved Lico Chops with Omega-6, Omega-3, Vitamin E, and now 6 extra direct-fed microbials. Even better for the digestive tract and immune system. And dogs love it. Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free. This is Henry Lukasevic for Dynavite.
DINOVITE.com.
Don't you hate that feeling in the pit of your stomach when the police pull you over? Most people have no idea how to handle it properly, and they promptly get fed into the municipal fee-generating meat grinder. Or maybe you recall that feeling you get when you go to the mailbox and see one or more letters from the IRS. You get a sense of impending doom, don't you? So let me ask you, If you could learn how to use the law to beat the IRS, traffic tickets, almost any courtroom scenario, collectors, credit card debt, and even mortgage debt because of fraud perpetrated against you, would that be worth knowing about? Don't laugh. Investigate. Check out the life-changing benefits of the Lighthouse Law Club at their website, lighthouselaw.club. That's lighthouselaw.club. And while you're at it, visit the Lighthouse Law Club YouTube channel. You might be in for a pleasant surprise.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, connect with others via the forum at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live. You can join us here. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. Plus, coming up, you can join us in real life. April 3rd through the 5th, we'll be in D.C. at LibertyCon, a unique convention for people who care about freedom that want to network with more than 70 pro-liberty organizations for the purpose of career advancement or perhaps business or internship opportunities. You can hear from a list of incredible speakers like John Mackey, the Whole Foods CEO and co-founder, who'll be speaking on conscious capitalism. Vernon Smith, who won the Nobel Prize in economics, he'll be speaking on alternative markets. Miriam Issa is a pop culture expert and political commentator with over 300 million YouTube views. And Nassim Nicholas Taleb, who spent 21 years as a risk taker before becoming a researcher in philosophical, mathematical, and practical problems with probability. And more to learn, go to libertycon.com for more information on other speakers and the events happening at LibertyCon in 2020. It's April 3rd through the 5th. You can save $10 on your registration, which is the registration fee is incredibly affordable for this event. It's sub $80 for the entire convention. So knocking $10 off is actually a significant discount. Go to libertycon.com, use code FTL. If you're a young person, if you're a student, travel scholarships are available. That means they're going to help you get there if you can't afford to do it. Plus, discounted rooms for everybody at the Marriott Marquis, which is where the event is being held, I believe. libertycon.com, code FTL for $10 off. All right, so we're here with Alexander Ugorji. He is one of the founders of CryptoFrontier.org. You want to talk about ground floor opportunity? This is it. This is not only the ground floor for cryptocurrency because there's not really anything going on, at least not that we can see on the maps. There's no, coinmap.org is one of the bigger crypto maps out there to show local businesses accepting cryptocurrency. There's nothing in Saipan or any of the rest of the Northern Mariana Islands. There's no crypto vending machines out there. So you're really starting from zero, and that's why this is the crypto frontier. You're looking for people who are willing to take on this adventure of getting out into this place, which, is actually fairly welcoming, it sounds like. There are people out there that want economic activity to be brought to this place. It's part of the United States. It's a U.S. territory. So if you're already living in the U.S. legally, you can just move there. If you are elsewhere in the rest of the world, that's one of the biggest challenges with the Free State Project is international migration. You can't do it, basically. It's near to
Another one
impossible.
of the challenges is weather, and this has some of the best weather in the world.
Right, the most consistent weather on the entire planet. It won a Guinness World Record for that. Basically, nice and warm all year round. And so, you've got a real opportunity here, Alexander. We've asked you a lot of questions. We're not quite to the end of this show. And obviously, I invited you to ask me originally when you came here to kind of pitch me on this. I said, you said, should you come on before you move or after you move? I said, you should do both. So I said, come on before you make the move. That way you can kind of pitch the idea. And then once you move, you should definitely call in from the Mariana Islands and kind of like tell us about life, what's it like there? Tell us some stories, how are you doing settling in? Just kind of give us the experience because we're not going to be there to do it. So we'll have to rely on you to do that. So I want to say thanks for joining us. But are there some questions that maybe we should have asked you or some things that you wanted to cover about the Mariana Islands that maybe we didn't ask you about?
Yeah, sure. I think it might be good to give some of our listeners an idea of what the experience of going to the Mariana Islands is like.
Okay. And you've gone there for a few weeks.
Yeah, I've gone there 2 separate times.
Mm-hmm.
One time I went through Seoul. The other time I went through Hong Kong.
Now, were you coming from the U.S. before Seoul and Hong Kong? Meaning, or were you in Hong Kong, staying there for a little bit? So I'm asking, did you go through Hong Kong customs and stay in Hong Kong and then go?
I came the first time from China. I went from Beijing to Seoul to Mariana Islands. So I was already in Beijing already, and I figured, let me check out the Mariana Islands. So I was actually going with my Chinese business partner. That's why I was in Beijing. And his flight got canceled. Mm-hmm. So I ended up going alone. And I was kind of freaking out. I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? The rental car's in his name. He's been here before. He knows what's going on. And he told me, relax. It's not like we're in America anymore. It's free. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, what are we going to do with the rental car and everything? He said, just you go to the airport parking lot. Here's the license plate number. The key's under the seat. And I was like, are you joking? Like, am I just going to go there and be stranded? He's like, no, I'm serious. So I get off the plane. The weather is beautiful. Everything is picturesque as can be. And there's the car. The key's underneath it. Just get in.
Just that easy, huh?
Yeah. My mind was blown. I had never experienced anything like that. And I later learned that the rental car place didn't even ask for a license or proof of insurance.
Wow.
Or any of that. They're just, you want to come
money?
drive the car? Go ahead.
So where did you go from there? Did you stay at like an Airbnb or a hotel? Where'd you stay for that week or two or whatever it was?
Yeah, I stayed at a hotel. I paid using mobile payment, WeChat Pay. Mm-hmm. The Mariana Islands, it's very into mobile payments. You could pretty much...
How did you get a WeChat Pay? Because isn't that just for Chinese people?
No, WeChat Pay, anyone can get it.
Really?
The easiest way is if you have a Chinese bank account, you can sign up very easily.
Because I think I tried to do it because I was looking at local.bitcoin.com and I wanted to try buying from somebody in Asia. And I tried signing up. I think I tried signing up for that and Alipay, and they just would not take my U.S. credit cards.
Yeah, they want to use a bank account primarily. You can sign up for both. It's a little challenging, much easier if you're in China. Mariana Islands might help a little bit because they do a lot of payments over there.
Right, there's a lot of business going through there.
So you stayed at a hotel, like what class hotel? Like 5-star, 3-star?
I'd say it's about 3.5 star, like in between 3 and 4. And it was about $65. I paid in RMB, so...
per night?
Yeah, per night.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was about 5-minute walk from the beach in McDonald's, so it was pretty perfect for me. Wake up, go to McDonald's, get your egg McMuffin, eat it on the beach. Just
Sweet.
Look at the water and the waves, and yeah.
Are the beaches white sand?
It's really interesting. They have all types of beaches. They have white sand beach, yellow sand. They also have different color water. part of the island is the East Coast navy blue water that you'll see in the New Hampshire coast or Massachusetts coast.
Mm-hmm.
The other half of the island is that greenish blue turquoise tropical water. So they have a mix of, they have 15 islands, so they pretty much have everything.
Okay. Well, hold that thought if you want to tell more of the story. Let's bring Rudy on. He's listening to K-Talks in Arizona. Rudy, you're on with Alexander.
Thank you so much. Alexander, would the Mariana be a place for someone to go and retire? I'm 70 and, I don't have much longer to live. And is there a retirement community there?
Yeah, there's some retired veterans and others who come out there. I would caution against anyone who has serious healthcare needs. It's a population 50,000, so you're not going to have the same world-class hospital you might have in a major metro like New York City, Boston, LA. But if you're in pretty good health, you're pretty self-sufficient, you don't need anything serious. It's a beautiful place. There's very low taxes. You can travel around the region. There's lots of beautiful women if you're still single.
And Guam is 45 minutes away.
Yeah, Guam's a 45-minute flight away.
Do you have the brown snake like Guam does?
I'm not familiar with the species of snake. I've never heard anything about it, but I'm not sure whether or not it's because of my ignorance or it doesn't exist.
I read somewhere that the brown snake in Guam is everywhere. I mean, even using the toilet, you'll find one. Anyway, is there a... Okay, you said is it part of the United States?
Yeah, it's part of the United States.
Do I get to vote?
Yeah, you can vote locally, but not federally.
Now, that's actually an interesting question. So you can't vote for the presidential election. People there don't care about it?
Oh, they care. They vote in the primary. They get to pick the
It's not
delegate.
like your vote for the president matters anyway.
Right, it doesn't,
I
yeah.
mean, if you're voting for the president in California, I have news for you. All your delegates are going to the Democrat. I don't even know who the Democrat is, but I know that the California delegates are going for the Democrat this year.
Rudy, I don't know if you had more. If you did, you're welcome to hang on. You can throw out a couple more questions here for Alexander Ugorji from the Crypto Frontier at cryptofrontier.org. More Free Talk Live coming up.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
When you have a pain in the neck, a real pain in the neck, back, shoulder, or legs, you now have two convenient choices to get fast relief without taking another pill. Because now, Sunny Bay heating wraps and pillows are available at both Amazon and Walmart. Yes, see Sunny Bay's 4.5 to 5-star customer reviews on Amazon.com or Walmart.com. Our microwavable heat wraps, heatable neck pillows, and extra large body wraps are designed better for perfect support where and when you need it. Even while driving, Sunny Bay wraps will not burn and stay balanced to provide soothing hot or cold therapy to help treat temporary or chronic pain. And the best part, Sunny Bay quality products start at under $20. Join thousands of happy customers and see why Sunny Bay products have a lifetime 100% positive rating on both Amazon and Etsy. It's easy. Click Amazon or Walmart and search today for Sunny Bay. What if you could cut your heating bills this winter with your existing wood-burning fireplace and not spend thousands doing it? You can with Great Wall of Fire fireplace grates. Our U.S. patented made-in-America Wall of Fire grates increase fireplace efficiency, eliminate fireplace smoke problems, and come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. See our grates in action and get free shipping from walloffire.com or call 800-274-7364. Fireplace heat without fireplace smoke. walloffire.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing to be able to move to a place where other people like passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com. The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it. Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
It's Free Talk Live. Live Thanksgiving Day edition of the show, and open phones as always, though most of the calls so far have been about questions about the Northern Mariana Islands and the Crypto Frontier at cryptofrontier.org, a brand new project to migrate cryptocurrency users and entrepreneurs as well, people who want to start a business or maybe people who already have a business but are looking for a more business-friendly place. They would love to have you there in the Northern Mariana Islands. Alexander Ugorji, one of the founders of the project, is here with us tonight. And if you want to join the show and get on the air with us, you can do that. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733. Also, of course, you can join us on our Discord server at discord.lrn.fm. I want to say thanks to Davi Barker, the Muslim agorist, who is a Free Talk Live Platinum Amplifier. Davi contributes $25 a month to the AMP program. Thank you, Davi, for that. Going way above and beyond the call of duty. We ask for $5 a month. He's doing $25. If you want to join Davi at even the $5 a month level, you can do that at amp.freetalklive.com. It's amp.freetalklive.com. We certainly appreciate the support. Let's get back into your phone calls and thoughts. Rudy is still on the line with us here in Arizona. It sounded like he might have another question or so for Alexander. And by the way, Rudy, I did do a quick search here on the brown tree snake. There is a story from usgs.gov saying a brown tree snake rapid response team was deployed to Saipan, which is the capital island there at the Mariana Islands. So apparently there were a couple of snakes spotted, 2 reports back in 2016.
Now, this thing's invasive, but it's not terribly venomous to, or
said
anything
it's
like
mildly venomous, but is known for eating a bunch
it's like
of
a scorpion sting or something.
Like these things apparently do some serious damage to the native animal
Birds,
populations.
Yeah, Guam has had a problem with them for years. Thank you very much for looking at that. Alexander, is $2,500 a month enough to live in Marianas?
Yeah, for sure. Keep in mind the median income is $15,000 a year. So you'll be above the median income.
You'll be keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Okay. And is food really expensive because it has to be thrown in or shipped in or?
Yeah, it depends very much on the food. There's local cattle ranches and some other meats you can get locally. Those are pretty cheap. But if you want boxed food, that's going to be more expensive because it has to be flown in. So if you're fine with the local vegetables and meats and fruits, all of those will be quite cheap. But if you need to have your Doritos, your Frosted Flakes, all of those are going to be at inflated prices.
What's it like going out to eat at a local restaurant? Did you go to any local, get some local flavor? What are you going to lay down for a meal there?
Yeah, the local flavor is a little interesting. I would say almost at this point, local flavor includes many of the Asian foods as
Right.
well, because there's such a large Asian population.
It's like half the island, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe even more than that if you include both Philippines, Chinese, and Koreans all together. There's a ton of restaurants from all of those places. It was also occupied by the Japanese for a few decades, so there's some good Japanese restaurants as well. The food selection is extremely diverse, especially for a place of 50,000 people. You can get pretty much any type of food you want there, and it's generally pretty affordable. Although they do have 5-star hotels if you want to, really go hard.
Lay it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rudy, any other quick questions? One more. Got time for one more from you.
How far is it to Australia?
I'm not sure about Australia. It's 4.5 hours to Hong Kong, about 3.5 to Tokyo, and about 4 to Seoul.
One thing's for sure, you're a lot closer to Australia and the Mariana Islands than
that's
anywhere
true.
else in America. Hey, thanks, Rudy, for the call tonight. I appreciate hearing from you. Let's go to another call in Arizona. Olivia is on the line. Go ahead, Olivia. You're on with Alexander Ugorji.
Happy Thanksgiving. This is an awesome topic. It really does kind of sound like a paradise. I was going to ask what the last caller asked about how much you would expect to pay per month in bills and various expenses.
Yeah.
Like cell phone service.
Yeah, it's all very variable, right? It depends where you live, how you live. So in regards to cell phone, about $40 a month should get you 5 gigs of LTE, unlimited calls and texts. Rent can vary from as low as $200, and if you want a 3-bedroom, 3-bath villa with ocean views, you're looking at about $2,500. So even at the high end, it's pretty cheap, much cheaper than Hawaii or some other similarly beautiful islands.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad. So and there's kind of everything in the middle as well.
Yeah, if you can think of it, it's there. There's the 5-star hotels, there's the 1-star hotels, there's dormitories where there's 8 workers all in one room. There's hostels, there's bed and breakfast. There's a huge variety of offerings, and depending on which island you can go, it can be even cheaper. Saipan is the most in demand for housing because it's the major economic center. But if you work online, for example, you can get 100 meg internet, live in Tinian, have a house 5-minute walk from the beach for $200 a month in rent for a 1-bedroom.
Wow.
Sounds real nice.
Yeah.
I was wondering, you said the culture was really laid back, but would you say that they're like really religious or really conservative? And what else is there to do besides like casinos, touristy things?
Yeah.
Like, what's the culture like?
The culture is pretty diverse. Remember, there's people from all over. A large percent of the island isn't the native population or even American citizens. So the Chinese culture is different than the Korean culture, the Filipino culture, and the Chamorro, the local Pacific Islanders. So there's a huge variety.
Is there any clashing between them? I've always heard that's like, the Koreans might not like the Chinese or vice versa or whatever.
Koreans and Japanese.
Yeah, I would say there's one little clash I've picked up on is that there's some envy of the Chinese tourists that they mostly like to go to Chinese businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the local business owners feel like Chinese tourists, they only go to Chinese hotels, Chinese restaurants, Chinese tour groups, Chinese everything. So they don't get a large portion of the revenue, but in terms of everything else, people
those
get
might be the
along.
businesses to target for crypto then. So if
Yeah.
they need more revenue, that's one of the things that they said in Tokyo about some of the places that are taking Bitcoin Cash. Some of them, they want the business. So that's why they start taking cryptocurrency.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very similar to many small towns in America. There's sports teams, baseball, soccer, tennis, all the traditional American sports. People love to go see their kids play. If you like to play sports yourself, you can compete in the Micronesian games. So you can be a professional athlete at a pretty low level compared to you would in the U.S. So there's some people who move over there just to compete in the professional sports league. So there's a huge variety of culture and opportunities, pretty similar, I'd say, to any other town in America.
Any other questions, Olivia?
I was just wondering, are these Asian cultures, are they ultra conservative like they are at home, or do they kind of, relax since they're kind of on island time? And is there other things besides sports? Because I'm not really into sports.
Yeah, it's hard to speak on the conservativeness of the island because it's very different. They don't have the Democrat-Republican bipartisan situation that we have. The Republican Party in the Mariana Islands both legalized weed and imposed a very strict gun control bill. So it's really strange. It doesn't have the traditional conservative liberal paradigm that we have here. I will say that abortion is currently illegal, which is because no one's challenged it at the Supreme Court level.
How can they pull that off?
Yeah. So that maybe hints that there is a little bit of conservatism, but it doesn't seem to be particularly religious.
But at the same time, there's a lot of weed smoking.
Yeah. So it's not like I'm in Texas right now. The religion's very important there. I don't get the same feeling that it's as important there, but I think they are conservative on a couple issues. Perhaps abortion might be an example. But overall, I mean, they have high immigration, legal weed, legal gambling. So that also points that they're not too conservative on certain issues.
Well, that's a welcome change.
Olivia, thanks for the call tonight. Definitely appreciate hearing from you.
Check out our subreddit. If you have more questions, you can ask them there. r/CryptoFrontier.
Yeah, like I said, this is just getting started. The subreddit has 3 members, so you really are getting in on the ground floor of this thing. So you're looking for input, you're looking for ideas, you're looking for feedback on what you've got proposed, whatever's on the site. This is just your initial kind of brain dump, right? Like this isn't officially firmed down or anything like that.
Yeah, it's sort of open source in a way. We're looking for feedback from the community or anyone else who has ideas or suggestions. We want this project to be successful. We want to take crypto to the next level.
I want all those things too, and I'm excited. I think you guys have something that sounds really interesting here, and I hope you'll keep in touch with us, especially after you move. So definitely want to hear from you. We'll get you on our Discord server. It'll sound really nice, and you can kind of tell us what's going on.
I think the easiest thing to do is to go to cryptofrontier.org.
Yeah.
Sign up for the newsletter there at the
list.
bottom of the page, and they'll have more information there.
See you tomorrow night. Free Talk Live.
You love Bitcoin. It's the future, right? Well, no, not if everyone stops using it. I mean, think about it. How many places in your town take Bitcoin? 1? None? Let's be real. If this Bitcoin thing is ever going to happen, it's going to need your help. The good news is, the guys at AnyPay have your back. We built a website called Help.
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
How many lawyers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They'd rather keep their clients in the dark. There are too many lawyer jokes to count. However, there are some lawyers with more noble intentions. At the Institute for Justice, we bring the light to our clients. We are a non-profit public interest law firm with clear values and principles. At IJ, we fight for those whose most basic rights are denied by the government. Visit our website today at ij.org.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
The latest episode of Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock is next after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with SNLS News and listeners like you. Online at libertybeat.news and snls.news. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,455, silver at $16.96, and Bitcoin is trading around $7,512. Today's prices are brought to you by InnoScale. Take off with Managed Cloud. Looking for a safe, secure way to store your important files online? Let InnoScale handle it for you. Their high availability cloud servers are the perfect solution for clients needing one or more secure, scalable servers with built-in hardware failover protection. For details, see them online at innoscale.net. In the news, Ring, the home security system developed by Amazon, is planning to build a database of neighborhood watch lists using facial recognition technology. Documents obtained by The Intercept revealed that the company is working with law enforcement on a system that will identify people who are considered suspicious and let Ring owners know when these individuals are near their home, using the facial recognition software built into the security system's cameras. The software will also give the Ring owner the ability to notify police or call in the suspicious activity on their own. According to the documents, the watch list would be connected to Ring's Neighbors app, where owners of the system communicate with their neighbors about packages being stolen from doorsteps and other potential security breaches. While that might sound innocent, critics worry that the technology may empower the kind of neighborhood snitches that call the cops on anyone who they find suspicious, typically based on their own prejudices. The Liberty Beat is sponsored in part by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven and believes so strongly in the power of kratom, they're giving it away for free. Just go to freeounceofkratom.com for a free ounce of kratom delivered to your door. Just pay shipping. That's freeounceofkratom.com. This is the latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Find us online at libertybeat.news and snls.news. Your news now continues. Agrochemical giant Monsanto has pleaded guilty to spraying banned pesticides on research crops on the Hawaiian island of Maui in 2014, and will have to pay $10.2 million in criminal fines for spraying and illegally storing the pesticide, which has been classified as an acute hazardous waste. Last week, the Department of Justice said Monsanto had sprayed PenCap N on research crops in full knowledge that the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency had prohibited the use of the chemical after 2013, according to a report from Reuters. Prosecutors from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California struck a deal not to prosecute Monsanto, now a part of German pharmaceuticals multinational Bayer AG, if it abides by the agreement to pay $6 million in criminal penalties, along with $4 million in community service payments. The company had been using the banned pesticide on corn seed and research crops, despite its knowledge of the EPA ban. On Monday, 3 men who spent 36 years in prison were finally released after it was determined they were wrongfully convicted of murder. The Mind Unleashed report said in 1983, Alfred Chestnut, Ransom Watkins, and Andrew Stewart were accused of killing a middle school student and were charged with first-degree murder as a result. At the time of the incident, Stewart was 17, while Chestnut and Watkins were 16. The men have spent their entire adult lives in prison, with 2 of them having never even driven a car. Last spring, Chestnut discovered that there was new information in the case after filing an information request. The additional evidence, which could have exonerated him, was reportedly kept from the defense attorneys during the initial trial. Chestnut has always claimed he is innocent, and was even denied parole because he refused to admit guilt in the shooting. According to prosecutors, the 14-year-old victim was shot and killed over a Georgetown University basketball jacket. Support for the Liberty Beat comes from the Conscious Resistance Network, featuring videos, news reports, and articles from a spiritual anarchist perspective. Experience the Conscious Resistance at theconsciousresistance.com. How would you like to have your business featured on the Liberty Beat? You can just send an email to libertybeat@snls.news for details. This is the Liberty Beat, produced in partnership with SNLS News and listeners like you. The Liberty Beat is online at libertybeat.news and snls.news. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
This is the Onion Week in Review. Allentown, Pennsylvania 5-year-old Trisha Billings announced from her dining room Saturday that the circle was no longer her favorite shape. The landmark declaration comes just days after the 5-year-old changed her favorite color from red to purple. While experts have struggled to determine what Billings' interim favorite shape will be, the 5-year-old assured reporters that the majority of her favorite things will remain consistent for the time being. Disney executives revealed in an interview Friday that all of the company's animated and live-action movies take place in a single unified universe, saying Never Never Land is actually mere minutes away from the jungle where Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba danced in a straight line and sang Hakuna Matata. Company heads stated that every character from Air Bud to Jiminy Cricket all inhabit the same interconnected world, just as Walt Disney envisioned it.
A lot of people don't know this, but Daryl Hannah's character in Splash actually lives in the exact same coral reef where Nemo went missing. And if filmmakers so desired, they could have Princess Jasmine, for example, hop into Herbie Fully Loaded to go watch the Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience.
And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here! Today, let us make them remember. We are not afraid!
Yeah. Here on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. It's Thursday, November 25th, 2019. What we're going to do is in the second and third hour at least, Dr. Frank Tamburi is going to come in. We're going to talk us a troop report, and whatever else, we're going to do Thanksgiving. So he and his family's going to come over, and I, Joseph, some friends, and we got a bunch of family over here. But Donna, she's so overwhelmed that she goes, last night we went over to Mark J. Victor, attorney for freedom.com. Attorneys for Freedom now, it's attorneys. And they did kind of, all the people didn't get to make their wedding last May in Hawaii. They had a really nice video and everything and so on, and we just went over and partay for a few hours, so what's up. Then, we're right over by where my son-in-law and daughter-in-law live, and their 4 lovely children. And Grandma said, I need help. So we went and shanghaied somebody. And it's our 10-year-old granddaughter, Kaylee. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, and you're up. I didn't think you'd be up this early. Why are you up this early?
I don't know.
Because you got nothing else to do. So, you came, does Grandma tell you all the stuff that we need your help with?
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Tell us everything. We all sitting on the edge of our seats want to know what you're going to do.
Vacuum, clean the kitchen up, clean the rooms up, and cook.
Cook? Dang, Skippy. Did you guys put the turkey in yet?
No.
You're going to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you good at vacuuming? Can you do a vacuum?
Yeah, I do at home.
Well, if you can vacuum, then you can mow.
No.
What? No. I was 6 years old. I was mowing the lawn. What kind of slacktivist are you? Get out there and start mowing the lawn. It's probably going to rain today. You think it's going to rain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your mom, before you guys went to soccer practice, you're practicing on Thanksgiving Eve. Hey, you guys, you got a tournament this weekend. That's right.
Next weekend.
Oh, it's not this weekend?
It's December 8th.
Oh, okay, so next weekend. And, right before you went, there was a beautiful sunset. Your mom showed us the pictures that she got before you went to practice. Man, that was awesome. That's what happens when you get a bunch of clouds in the sky at sunset here. Was it cool?
Yeah.
That's very cool. Now, tell us about what you did in your soccer. You got to get up closer to the microphone, baby. Bless you. Then you had a soccer tournament last year. Me and Grandma, man, we love going and watch you guys play soccer because you're awesome. So, what happened last year?
Last year, we got to the state finals, and then when we were going to see if we could go for first, they scored on us in overtime.
So you got second?
Third.
Oh, you got third. You know what third is? Not first. Who got first?
The team that...
No, I mean your brothers and sisters.
No, Buddy got third.
Oh, he got third? Well, what did Tatum get?
First.
Oh, Tatum's team got first, and was this the whole state?
Yeah.
So the state finals, little Tatum got first, and you got a loser. No. Third. What do you think you're going to do this year?
Win.
Win for the win. Did you lose any games matches this year?
No.
You're undefeated?
Yep.
Oh, how many girls are on your team?
One, other than me.
Okay, so you play up against a bunch of boys, and you kick their butt. Are you a butt kicker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do really good. You know, and Tatum does really good. She's small. How old is Tatum? 6?
7.
7, and just butt whipping. She just play. Everybody wants her to play. You know, she plays up to your age sometimes on your team. Does she ever play on your team?
She's never played on my team, but she plays on the silver teams.
Which is what? They're your age or just silver instead of the gold teams or something?
They're my age, but they're they're the newer teams.
So they're just newer players and stuff? Yeah, no, she does really good. How many goals do you get a game usually?
1 or 2.
Oh, you like soccer, don't you?
Yeah.
A lot. I like it a lot.
A lot.
A lot. Okay. So this weekend, who's coming over? Who's going to be over today?
Everyone.
Everyone. How many people is that?
I don't know.
Full bunch. Now, what's your favorite part about Thanksgiving? That it's right next to Christmas. No. What do you think we're going to do today if it doesn't rain the whole time?
Play outside.
And what are we going to play outside?
I don't know.
I was hoping to set up the soccer goals out there in the big field. That'd be fun. Yeah, you know, I don't like playing with your dad because he tries to kick my butt every time. He plays hard, doesn't he? You know, does he play soccer a lot himself now?
He just plays on Sundays with a bunch of adults.
Oh, you were going to say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I can play too.
Yeah, you do? Yeah. No, she's going to say with a bunch of old guys. That's what she was going to say.
What? They're over 50.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Well, he's not over 50.
No.
Well,
there's a few younger people.
Okay, do you play good up against these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, get up closer to the microphone, baby. Can't hear you. Are they in good shape? Can they run? Or they're just like crawling on the field or what?
They're in good shape.
Yeah, they having fun? Okay. All the other players like your dad being coach?
No.
Really? They don't like him being coach?
Oh, wait, no, that's not what I meant. They like him being coach. They love.
All the kids he seems like he has fun. They like him.
Yeah, they like him as coach.
So what does he do that makes him so fun?
I don't know. Makes us win.
Winning's better than not. Well, how does he make you guys so good? Just practice a lot?
Practice a lot. The other teams don't practice.
Well, you know, practice makes perfect, or makes not as bad. Okay. Well, what are the drills you guys do?
Passing drills. We scrimmage, which is like a game that doesn't count, and then we do like laps with the ball, and you have to touch it every time you take a step. and
Yeah, because I see you out there
a
juking.
lot of drills.
Yeah, I see you out there juking the guys. You know, you woo 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 with the ball and getting around them and everything. You know who's really good at setting up a lot of shots is Corsair, your little brother. I mean, he always is just, he looks for the opportunity. Instead of taking the shot, he'll pass it to the right guy and boom, score. You know, does he get credit for that at all? Does anybody know that he does that good?
Sometimes, but sometimes he needs to take the shot.
Yeah, sometimes he needs to take the shot, but they keep telling him, pass, 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 pass. All right, well, we'll go over